A little bit nervous about this one today, folks. It's another episode in my worst of series, where I go round looking up the worst reviewed Google review places online in a particular town or city. Today I'm in London, I'm in the Paddington area of London, and I have come to what I think is the worst reviewed Indian restaurant in the whole of London. In fact, it's the worst reviewed place I've looked at so far. It scores just 2.1 out of 5 on Google. 2.1. This isn't going to be fun for me, this one, I don't think. Now, I'm always looking to see whether these places redeem themselves, but this has got me nervous for a couple of reasons. Number one, they've just changed their name. Now, I don't think that's because there's new owners in there or anything. I think this is because they're trying to disguise their history and their online presence. So if you look over my shoulder here, you'll see a big bus. That's well timed, isn't it? When that bus moves in a minute, you will see the Delhi Spice Tandoori, or at least a sign that says Delhi Spice Tandoori. Online, they are known as the Taj Mahal Tandoori in Paddington. Now, you still can't see it. You'll just have to take my word for it until that bus moves. Great timing. Anyway, the reviews on this place on Google fill me with dread, which is why I'm not going to eat inside, because I'm a little bit worried about how this will go. Try this one. Scam alert. They overcharge you. Always compare with the menu. Do the total by yourself. Do you know what? That bus went then, and I was just about to turn around and point. When I say buses come in threes, so when the next one comes, we'll have another look after that, shall we? Next one. Oh, it's gone, look, it's gone. Delhi Spice Tandoori, see? I told you. Oh, God, I'm kind of losing my mind here because I'm a bit nervous. Right, how about this one? The boss forces the sale, chooses for us, adds elements, dirty glass, excessive prices, does not respect the order, accuses customers without proof. Be careful, do not be fooled by his smile. It's a bit of a worrying one, isn't it? This place is terrible, the food is horrible, and the waiter is really bad. We made the worst decision to go to this restaurant. It's disgusting. I mean, need I go on? What have we got here? Total scam. There we are. That's fairly simple. The only thing that will redeem this experience is if my review somehow manages to prevent others from suffering the same experience. Yeah. You getting the picture here? Basically, all the reviews are saying that the food is not very good and that they overcharge and they're scamming people. They're adding elements onto their bills. They're forcing sales onto people. And they're just trying to scam people, basically. Now, am I going to get scammed? That's the big question. Am I going to get food poisoning is another question. It doesn't sound great, does it? Oh, my God, the things I do. Anyway, you never know. The reviews might be wrong, mightn't they? Yeah, anyway, let's give it a try, shall we? Oh, I'll have to go round this way. Not as young as I used to be. Okay, folks, I've been in and I've placed my order, and let me read to you what I've ordered. I made a note of it here on my phone with the prices from the menu on the outside of the restaurant, okay? For comparative purposes. Onion bhaji, £3.95. Chicken Ceylon, £9.95. Garlic chili lamb, £13.95. Pilau rice, £3.95, and a cheese naan, also £3.95. You add all of that up together, you come to a total of £35.75. At least that's what my 30-plus-year-old A-level maths tells me. Okay, I have the receipt here. Now, before I show you this, let me tell you how it worked in there. I gave the order to the guy, he made some notes. He then typed some numbers into a calculator to add the bill up. Didn't show that to me, just typed a number into the payment machine for me to put my card on, okay? Here is the receipt I have. That says £36.75, not £35.75. Now, I know, that's only a pound, right? We're not talking earth-shattering amounts of money, are we? But whether it's £1, £2, £5, £10, £50, okay? You've got advertised prices there on your menu, okay? And you've not honoured them with this bill. You have charged me £1 more than those prices tell me, okay? No explanation for doing it. Is it a card fee? If it is, you haven't told me about that. I think you've just decided to add £1 on to what I should be paying. Now, like I say, £1 is not a shattering sound. I'm getting annoyed. Can't even blooming speak. £1 is not an earth-shattering amount of money, is it? But it's the principle of the thing, isn't it? Doesn't matter if it's £1. Like I said, it could be £1, £20, £100. That's my money, not your money, okay? Now, I'm not going to go in and mention it to them at this point because they're still cooking my food. I'm not that brave. But when I go in to pick it up in 10 to 15 minutes time, I am going to ask them why this price does not match up with the price that I think it should have been. Be interesting to see what they got to say, won't it? Thank you. Just a quick question. I was just looking at the menu again out there. I wonder if you may have overcharged me by a little bit.
Come on here, show him. I show you. Garlic chili lamb only here. Here 11 and there £2 extra. Only lamb.
Yeah. So £13.95 for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
36.75. It's not much, but
35.
is the
95. Maybe I'm going to calculate.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand how it came to that number because it's different.
Not different. We look. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I can calculate.
Right. Okay. I understand. Right.
Maybe
it's,
maybe 70 pence more. How come? I don't know.
Right. Okay. I understand, but you know, it's.
Sir, I'm not intentional to do that. £2, £3. No.
Right. Okay. I understand. Okay. Well, thank you anyway.
I'll see you sometime.
All right. Okay, folks. I'm back. I have my food, and I've had a conversation with the man in there about the extra money. Let's go find somewhere to sit down. We'll open up the food, and we'll have a little chat about it. Right then, folks, you'll have heard a little bit of the audio of what happened in there. In case you missed any of it, basically I went in, got the food, queried the price. A guy came up with an excuse that it was, first of all, because the lamb was more expensive. I pointed out I'd put that into the calculation. Then he said maybe it was an error with the calculator. What? Anyway, in the end, he gave me back 70p. Don't ask me how that works. There we are. He didn't actually even recalculate the things himself. So it's fairly obvious he knew what he'd done in the first place. In this bag, I'm just wondering if they're going to fall out the bottom by themselves, because that looks very greasy to me, is the onion bhaji. Oh, I don't even really want to touch them. Okay, obviously I haven't got any plates here, we've got this as a takeaway. So, I'll just put them on top of the canister with the rice there. Have a little look at those. Not great, is it? Okay. We've got to try it. Got some cutlery that I picked up along the way. They did give me a little plastic fork in the Indian place, but I guess this wooden stuff will do slightly better. I mean, that, God. By the way, the place has got a hygiene rating of 3, in case you're interested, out of 5. Wish me luck. Bear in mind, they claimed this was being freshly cooked, which is why it took probably about half an hour to cook, actually. They said 15 minutes, it took longer. That's not good. I'm sorry, folks, I don't like to waste food. But I mean, you can see, that is just horrible, greasy, and unpleasant. Look, no crisp to it at all. Well, that's £3.95, not very well spent. In it goes. Oh dear. That goes straight into the bin. Like I say, I don't like to waste food, but I'm not eating that. Not a great start. Let's see what we've got in these little cartons here, shall we? Now, these are all quite small cartons. Bear in mind, I've paid £9.95 for one of these curries and £13.95 for another one. And £4 for the rice, so keep the lids, actually. in case we can't eat all of this right now. In here, the chicken salon, which I've got to say, looks a bit curdled to me. Not brilliant. And the garlic chili lamb, which doesn't look quite so bad. And in here, we have a cheese naan, which I'm going to say has not been freshly baked in a tandoor. Look at the back of this. Look how wet and soggy that is. Now, that's not because we've walked very far with this up the road. I don't even really want to try that, but I'm going to do it first to get it out the way. I'm going to pick a bit. I said I was going to pick a bit that wasn't too soggy on the back, but it all is. Oh my God. I mean, have I really got to put some of this in my mouth, cameraman? He is nodding. Are you going to eat some of it, cameraman? I thought not. Oh. It's floury. It's gritty. Like there's sand in it or something. You know when you go like to the beach with a picnic and the wind blows a little bit and sand kind of covers your sandwich? That's what this is like. Why have I put a second bit in my mouth? Have I lost my mind? That is, without doubt, the worst naan I've ever had. I can't taste any cheese in it. I've had supermarket naans that are better than that. You're going to make me eat some more of this, Mr. Cameraman, aren't you? Rice, come on. I've got to be safe with rice, haven't I? Now, I wonder if the reason it took so long is because this rice was freshly cooked, just for me. I think we probably know the answer to that question, don't we? It's warm. I mean, it's not horrible. But how bad can rice be? There's lumps in it. You see that lump of rice there? That's clearly not just been freshly cooked, has it? So my guess is this is yesterday's rice reheated. Yeah. Not brilliant. But the best thing so far, you know? Best thing so far. It's a low bar, mind. Okay, the two curries themselves. These should be the stars of the show, shouldn't they? Chicken salon, lamb, garlic chili lamb it is in there. Oh, I'm almost losing the will to live here. I can sense the enthusiasm draining from my body. I mean, so a salon is a spicy curry, right? Made with coconut milk as well, or just grated coconut or whatever. It's got a coconut element to it, and it should be relatively spicy. I've got a chicken one. I think chicken works better. Now, there's quite a lot of chicken in here, but it's all very small little pieces. I was going to try and cut one open, but I'm not even sure they're big enough to be able to do that. Let's just try. Come on, Greeno, be a brave boy. That chicken tastes like the chicken you get in very cheap ready meals. You know, the kind of, it's very dry, like it's been frozen beforehand. Look at that. That is not fresh chicken. That's just out of a freezer bag or something like that. The cheapest of the cheap. Let me put it onto the napkin here and see if I can cut into it and see what it looks like inside. And we can just see how dry that is. No moisture in there at all. No, that chicken is very, very bad. Wow. Sauce. I mean, it's just got nothing about it. A little bit of a chili flavour, a little bit of sweetness. Off you go. Right, we'll leave that fork in there. We'll get a clean fork for the garlic chili lamb. Now this is $13.95, okay? $13.95. And to be fair, out of all the curries that we've got, it's probably the better looking one. I'm not sure that looks like lamb to me though. Let's try that. Oh, maybe it is. The sauce has got a lot of chilli about it. In fact, there are, look at that, whole chilies in there. And lots of garlic. You can see, look at that. Look how big the pieces of garlic in there are. They're massive. And not very well cooked by the looks of it. Almost raw. Okay. Try again. You know what the definition of madness is, don't you? Trying the same thing, expecting a different result. The lamb again is so dry. I'm going to try and cut another piece of that open. Can I find a big piece in here? Again, it's mostly small pieces, okay? Let's cut into that. Right. Tell me that's lamb. It's the palest lamb I've ever seen. Who knows what animal that is? Could be pretty much anything, that. Maybe that's chicken. And maybe there's other bits that are lamb. In which case their justification that the lamb costs £2 more was a little bit off. Yeah, there's something that looks more like lamb, but dropping it on the table, that's about the best thing I can do with that. Right, folks. You know me, I don't like to waste food, okay? But I can't eat that. I don't want to make myself ill. It's really very, very low quality. They've only got a 3 hygiene rating. I don't know what more to say. Anyway, I pick this up. Pick it up? No, not pick it up. Pack it up. Find the nearest bin, because that is the only place that this deserves to go. And we'll talk about it some more in a minute. Wow. Okay then, folks. Unfortunately, I've had to go and put that meal in the bin. It's just simply not edible. I'm not going to risk making myself ill just to save on that being food waste. To be honest, it should have been food waste before it was even served to me, I think. Oh, I'm not going to run through all of the dishes in detail. You've seen them on camera, you've seen the state of them, and you've seen my reaction to them. It's disappointing in a way, because the idea of my worst of series is to go to these places and find the ones where the reviews have been unfair, like I did with Tony Macaroni in Scotland, or the Marco Pierre White place in Southampton. Ones where the reviews just don't seem to be fair and the experience is better. This place scored 2.1 out of 5 on Google. And that's too much. That's too high. I don't know who the people are who are scoring it high enough to be able to get that kind of average. They must never have had a curry anywhere else before. That was absolutely appalling on every level. And to top it all, they're scamming you. It was only £1 in my case. I got 70 pence of it back, randomly. But if I hadn't questioned it, they'd have kept that money. And if they're doing that to me, they're doing that to you. And to all the other customers that visit there. It's just not on. It's not acceptable. It makes me really angry. It does. Because there's a lot of people out there doing really good things, and they don't need restaurants like that giving the industry a bad name. They really don't. Now, I have to give a score, don't I? Do you know what? And this is, like I said, going to be a channel first, I think. The food had no redeeming features at all. Okay? Couldn't eat it. 0 out of 5. But the fact that they're also trying to scam people out of money, this is the first time ever we're going to go below 0. Okay? It was only £1, £1, so they're going to get -1. Luckily they didn't try and scam me for more. -1 out of 5. Whatever you do, whatever name they're going by, do not go there. Okay, folks, rant over. Calm down, Greeno. That was shocking though, wasn't it? Anyway, you got to laugh, haven't you? Or you'd cry. If you've enjoyed this video, more than I've enjoyed eating that appalling meal, please click a thumbs up on there and show your support for the channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new around here, I don't normally review food that bad. Most of the stuff you'll find in the vault is actually quite nice. Have a little look around and see what you find. Right, where am I going to go next? Hospital? Maybe? Get me stomach pumped? I don't know, but it's going to be somewhere better than this, isn't it? I'll see you next time, folks.